Hi everyone, my name is Hurricane Hato, and welcome to my Halo Infinite, preview sort of beta thingamajig. Today I've just got a little bit of gameplay here, recorded with a Elgato HD60S, and it is also being played on the Xbox Series S. So just a little heads up before you start, like, oh god, this game looks trash. It's not. Just bear with it. All right, here's the gameplay.
Slayer.
Slay them all, Spartan.
Gained the lead.
They're under us! Enemies on me! Did some damage! Enemies hurt!
Double kill.
Another one down.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Overshield inbound.
Mark 50 obtained.
Enemy Spartans are closing in! Cover me!
Did some damage. Shields are down.
Pulse carbine obtained. Active camo inbound. Active camo available. Double kill. Killing spree.
They're close! Enemies on me!
How very surgical. Double kill. Active camo inbound. Double kill. Killing spree. Slayer.
kill. Gain the lead. Triple kill. Off the rack. Overkill.
Look,
Watch my back. They're close.
power items incoming.
Double kill.
Power items up for grabs.
Killing spree.
Over there. Hostiles in sight. Enemies.
Earn more kills than your opponents to win.
Enemy Spartans are closing in. Over yonder. They're under us.
Nearing victory.
Take cover, Spartan.
Taking fire.
Alrighty, I don't know if anyone's still around at this point, but at the moment we're just inspecting some of the guns in the fire range, seeing how they perform, seeing what they do, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the Pulse Carbine. It's a 3-round burst weapon. It melts the shields, quite effective. The tracers, like the plasma bolts themselves, they actually follow your target, just kind of like Halo 5s in a way. This gun really melts shields quite effectively. It's probably one of my favorite guns I've gotten to use. But once kind of that shield's gone, it's better just to swap to a precision weapon like a BR or something, just to finish up that headshot. The faster you fire it, the less accurate it becomes. The slower, the better, sort of thing. Yeah, there's not much else I can say about it. Sounds cool, looks cool, feels great. Yeah, so yeah. Alrighty, so right now we are on to the new gun, the Commando. This is like just think of it as an assault rifle gave birth to a DMR and they just kind of mixed their genes together. The gun feels good. It's accurate to a degree, whereas if you're firing it very fast, you start to lose your target, you start spraying all over the place. But you gotta remember, it is a precision weapon, so you kind of want to place those shots more than just sit there and spray and pray and kind of hope to God of you're gonna hit your target. It's got a 20-round mag. It's got its own zoom, which is a 3 times. It's quite helpful in some cases. Fire rate feels pretty steady. Honestly, it's another one of my favorite guns I've gotten to use. However, I probably wouldn't see myself using it in a competitive sort of scenario. Would honestly just pick a BR or a DMR over this thing in most cases, to be honest, as well. Alrighty, here we are onto the new sidearm. It's called the Sidekick. It's I don't know how I feel about it. It's got a good fire rate. You know, it feels pretty accurate, and it also actually feels like how a pistol should probably be used in a game, unlike Halo 5. I enjoy it. However, I did find the multiplayer was a bit, everyone was kind of using this thing for a little more than anything else. But that also being said, the gun has a real effective range, and then after it gets to that range, the gun feels quite useless, so you're better off just using something else, honestly. It is very fun to use, very fast, very smooth. The sight is great. Yeah, we got a 12 round mag. I don't know what else to really say. It's a pistol, it works great. Doesn't feel like Halo 5's pistol where it turns into a primary. Alright, so here's where we start getting into the fun side of the firing range. We got the Bulldog here. It's the new shotgun. It's got 7 in a round. Very fast fire rate. Range is a bit meh. I mean, obviously it's a shotgun. You wouldn't really want to be sniping people with a shotgun. But the damage feels good. You know, the fire rate kind of cancels out the, the lack of damage in some areas. I know I just kind of contradicted what I said there. But as you can see here, the range, once they're at a certain range, like that 10 meters, this gun's probably not ideal to be used. I can see myself using this in a competitive sort of area, or like objective-based game modes, like capture the flag or strongholds or anything like that, where you just run in, people defending a target, defending an objective. You just run in there, you just spray and pray really with a shotgun. It's probably the best thing you can do with this thing. It's got a decent zoom, not really that you'll use it ever. But yeah, the fire rate's great. I love the sound of it. I love the look of it too. It feels like a pretty solid gun all around, really. Alright, so now we've moved on to the Heatwave. The Heatwave feels like the new Scattershot, only just not as effective, I guess? I don't know, I could be using it wrong in some ways, but I have noticed that you can change the way the projectiles, I guess you call them, travel. So if you click, like, your aim button, it actually changes the way the projectiles go at someone. Like, they could be vertical or they could be horizontal. I do feel this gun is a little, not on the OP side. It feels good. But I'm definitely not going to pick it up. Like, I'd probably pick it up, chuck it to a teammate, and that'd be the end of that. Not a gun for me. I'll be straight with it. It is cool though. There's no actual magazines or anything like that. It simply just charges itself up. You pull the back, and it just likes to give a little bit of a growl. Really, I don't know. But it is a cool gun. I do like the look of it. I like the sound of it. I'm just not a fan of using it. Okay. I know I said I wouldn't cover like any of the older guns that have appeared in older games, like the sniper rifle, but I just want to say how much better this sniper actually feels and looks, and the sound of it it's very, I don't know, I get real Halo 2 vibes, right, which if people know me personally, Halo 2 is my favorite. I do like the new reticle when you're zooming though, like how it starts off as a small circle, you zoom in, it's got the bigger one on the outside. That feels great to use, like you can finally tell, when you should be able to shoot again. Other than that, the gun feels great. Like, it actually feels like a sniper that you would run around with on the front lines, whereas, like, other ones, not so much. It is a very fun gun to use. I don't really have much to say about it. I just want to kind of chuck this in just because snipers. I like snipers, so there you go. Alright, the skewer. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this gun is another one of those ones that's just not for me at all, hey. Like, I like the idea behind it, I'm not good with it. That's probably why I don't like it. It just shoots a giant fucking spike. You skewer people with it, there's not much else to it. Kind of like I guess the way you could put it, it's kind of like a mixture between a rocket launcher and a sniper in a way. The drop-off's crazy, the travel speed feels very slow. But I can see people using this quite effectively, I'll put it that way. I'm just not a fan of it at all, just because I can't use it. It looks cool, it sounds cool, reload very simple, I don't, you cock it back like a Nerf gun, I guess. Nah, but there's a skewer, it's there. I used to call it a spiker, probably stop calling it that, it's a skewer. Alright. Alrighty, so here we have the Ravager. This is another 3-burst weapon. There's quite a few of this in that, and I'm quite happy about that. I love a good 3-burst. Now, this is a 2-shot kill, depending on what range you're at. The 5 meters, definitely a 2-shot. Anything over that, not so much. It does have a different type of firing sort of style, I guess. You you can actually charge this gun up, and it actually leaves a plasma pool, which people walk into. It actually leaves damage. However, you charge it up, that's an instant burnout. Like, the gun's going to sit there for a few seconds trying to charge up again. Just like here, you know, you can see right there. But yeah, no, this gun's got a bit of drop. It's a 3 burst. I don't think the projectiles travel. I mean, I never really used it over range. It was more just a close quarters sort of thing. The spike on the, you know, the blade on the front doesn't count as a one-hit melee. You know, just in case you thought it would. I thought it would have, but you know, I guess it just looks cool. But yeah, no, the gun sounds cool, looks cool. I like the plasma pool damage, and it just adds something new. That's that. Alrighty, so currently we're pretty much at the end of the video. I don't really have... I have a few things to say about the game altogether. I mean, this is just a technical preview. I think that's what they're calling it. There's like a few things that I really hope don't stay, and then there's a few things that I really hope do. But then there's also some things that I've seen need to be in a bit of needs to be a little bit of improvement, I guess. But I mean, again, this isn't perfect. It's not meant to be perfect right now, considering this is literally just the preview of what's going on. So practically, there's one thing mainly that stands out to me that I feel like needs to be changed probably pretty soon, and it has to do with the motion tracker itself. So I don't know how many of you have actually played Halo 5, but there's this thing competitive for some reason that regardless of if you're crouched or walking around normally, you don't pick up on the motion tracker. I've noticed that this also seems to be the case for this game as well. Like you don't come up on the motion tracker unless you're either sprinting or shooting, which like isn't an issue so to say, but I don't know, I feel like that's probably not the right call to have, I guess. I don't know. Again, this is all personal opinion. None of it should be taken to the point like, oh, this is how it should be, you know, he said this. I'm not even nearly popular enough to have my opinion kind of broadcast to a certain point. Other than that, the grappling hook feels amazing. I do love the grappling hook. The grappling hook is awesome. I think there might need to be a little change though. Like 3 uses is definitely as maximum as you should go. But there's this thing you can do where you can stack the amount of uses. So if you like hold on to it and not use it and it spawns again, you can have up to 5 grapple shots at once, which doesn't seem like a lot, but considering how it can be used, can be quite game breaking to a certain spot, to a certain degree. Another thing, drop shields. Drop shields, depending on certain maps. Like this map itself, Bazaar works great with the drop shields, even though they're not on there, I don't think. I didn't encounter them. Drop shields feel a little bit too frequent. I feel like they should probably either drop the spawn rate, or just make it so you can only carry one around at a time, or just have one that spawns on the map instead of having multiple locations, like live fire and that. Because there was one game that I did play where I was carrying around like 3, and there was like another 4 placed on the map already, so it was a bit excessive to a point. But other than that, you know, that's again my personal preference. I just think the smaller maps probably shouldn't have as many sort of sides to it, I guess. What else is there? There's, you know, those are the bad things. You know, there's a lot of good things. The AR feels amazing, man. I normally don't usually sit there with the AR and use it, because I find it, you know, quite irrelevant. But now it feels like a go-to weapon. It's very consistent. It feels great. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a mid-range assault rifle. It gets the job done. There's not much else I can ask about that. The sonar grenades, just because the video reminded me that when I watched them myself pick them up, they feel good. There's not much I can really say about them. I like them. There's no need for a change on them, apart from maybe only carrying one around at a time. Other than that, you know, sonars can stay how they are. They're cool. I don't mind them. We got the pistol. Pistol's good. Doesn't really feel like a go-to anymore. I mean, it kind of does in some ways, but depending on range, it really doesn't. Like, you could just pick up any other precision weapon and it just do as good. What else we got? We got a few things. There's a few things that I love. There's a few things that I don't like, and I don't think I could chuck it all in one video. So I just kind of went over the main big focus. Little heads up. Most of these clips, well, all of the clips really that are going on, I'm playing with other players that got invited to the, test. The people we are versing, they are all AI, so they're bots, which, to be honest, probably the scariest bots I've ever versed in any video game ever. That's another thing too, that the bots kind of remind me of that. All the bots being blue was actually quite helpful towards the end. Like I started picking up on what was what. You know, armor coatings, you know, it kind of got a bit confusing at the start because everyone was kind of wearing blue because, you know, I don't think people figured out you can kind of customize or where to go to customize. So me being, you know, I ended up shooting my teammates quite a fair bit trying to figure out, because I couldn't figure out who was who. But then I started to notice there's this red outline on enemies that just kind of helped a bit. But again, having a blue outline over your enemies that kind of cancels out their coating didn't really help again. Kind of, again, got confusing. But I mean, that's just me. I prefer the red versus blue sort of thing. And I kind of hope for team-based game modes there is an option where you can just set the colors to red versus blue, or even if there's a way you can just cancel out the enemy team's armor coatings and select a particular color for them in general. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. You'll probably hear more from me in the next few days, but yeah, share this around, leave a like, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you in the next one.